Hey, what's going on with it once again, ladies and gentlemen, fanboys and fangirls, and everyone else in between? Nintendo 73 2011 here, aka Manny Wolverine. You guys in rest intros and outros was your channel. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Brady and all that good stuff. Anyways, today, 4.5 days ago, by the time you guys are seeing this, probably 5 days old, but this came from a comic book review. Oh man. I didn't think this shit would happen, man. Honestly, I didn't think. But anyways, hold on. Anyways, that was a wrong articles from comicbook.com, but this one's the one I wanted to read. That Sony drops 400 or something consoles or whatever. News. That wasn't the right one I was supposed to read. This is the right one I was supposed to read. Atari's new VCS $800 system will cost nearly $400 US dollars. Comes from Marks DeChamps from CBR.com. So I got a credit due there. After a number of delays, the Atari VCS 800 will finally release later this year by bringing in mixed modern technology with an old school aesthetic. Like other retro gaming console releases, the system will offer plenty of classic games, but the VCS 800 will actually feature a much more robust package. Billed as a PC console hybrid, the Atari VCS 800 will offer new releases such as Missile Command Recharge, and even allow users to play their PC games online on their consoles. Unfortunately, all these extras come with a cost. The 8GB version system will release at surprising $399. At $399 offer is some stuff inside the box. Box buyers will be able to receive 2 controllers, one classic joystick as well as a modern controller. Which, personally for me, I'm getting a modern controller because don't expect the people in the late 70s and 80s that played video games, but that shit would have been way too hard as fuck for me to play. Like that, I gotta have my modern, old school but modernized PS4, PS5 looking controller or Nintendo Switch controller. Then I'll be okay with that. The classic controller better look like that, because if not, I'm gonna be upset about that. I'm not even somebody to purchase. Better bust your ass to please the customers and kiss their asses, because you let them down a bunch of times in your Kickstarter. So I'm not giving my hopes up with this, but classic joysticks looks like the iconic original, but will also incorporate new features, including rumbles, LED lights, and a second fire button. Both controllers are wireless and rechargeable, and will both be compatible with PC games. The system will also have the Atari Vault built in, offering more than 100 original Atari games. The system uses the Atari World and Linux-based OS, but users will also be able to install their OS systems, operation systems as well. The VCS will definitely appeal to some gamers. At $399 price point seems like it will make the console very tough to sell. It certainly doesn't help that many gamers are already planning to buy a PS5 or Xbox Series X later. Here, this is Atari's official Twitter, and they tweeted out of the limited time early adopter pricing, 8GB, all in bundles. If you order this month, you also receive a shipping guarantee delivered by December 24th, literally before Christmas. Man, disrespect, I'm telling you, man. Anyways, let's move on. Atari is advertising early adopter price systems, allowing customers to snag the $389 free with shipping. It still said the console will be way out of the price range, more than a lot of other retro enthusiasts are looking to spend. But it'll be interesting to see whether or not they manage to find an audience later this year. Are you interested in the Atari VCS 800? What do you think of the console's price? Excuse me. Let us know in the comments below. Shout out to Twitter, Marks the Champs, to talk about all things gaming. Thoughts, views, and opinions, and that's a little too fucking extra much. Just for an old school retro console, been like 20, 40, 50 bucks. Anything after $50 if it's a retro old school, but they're trying to modernize it with like computer PC, sort of like gaming mechanics built in with 100 other games. Trying to do some stunt like that, that's a little grimy on Atari's part. That's a little bit of a bullshittery move, if you ask me. My own personal humble opinion, come on, Atari. You've been around even before I was born, around, so what, 1977, 1978? I wasn't even born until years later, like 1989. So this thing's older than I am. So this is way before my time, but no respect for the old school people that are like in 40s or 50s or 60s that played the old school classic Atari, but man, that company is screwing you over hard, man. Even though I got one of their red limited edition hats, but man, that hurts to see it, man. It does burn a little bit. Burn my soul a little way. They're sponsoring advertising, but I know I said I wasn't going to talk about Pokemon Go news anymore, but man, I had to talk about this because I just hit level 40 like 4 days ago. Finally hit level 40 on July 9th, 2020 of this year, and I started the game July 6th, way back in 2016. This comes from David Thiers. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Better way to get excellent throws in Pokemon Go. I'm only going to read the first part of the article. The rest, you guys can read in your own personal time. There's a new wallpaper, by the way, where it shows Slugma and Wailord and all these other Pokemon. So if you haven't played it, I got shiny mine and then shiny. Finally, I should have got the shiny a while ago. Shiny Pita the other day. Super happy about that. I'm keeping that shiny Pita forever because I'm not crazy about shiny Unfezant that much. I like the design, but I like the shiny for it. And Tranquil and the Pita look nice, so I might just evolve to Tranquil and that's it. If you're doing the Elite Challenges on Pokemon Go right now, you're up against a whopping brutal research task, likely the hardest ones we've seen so far. You get to throw 50 excellent throws. I only got up to 21, and it failed it. Oh well, let's move on. Something that might have taken me a full year in my earliest days of playing the game, but these are not the earliest days, and we've got some tips to help us along with it. Here are some better ways to getting the excellent throws in Pokemon Go. Plays in absolute tons of Pokemon Go all the time, catching thousands of Pokemon for years until the act of throwing a ball is so deeply ingrained in you that it is as natural as walking. It's probably the best way to go about it. Not a very useful piece of information, however, the basics. While I'm talking about the diameter or data miner out there, there are more specific figures for this. We can talk about generalities. I think that's how you say it. General realities. Whether or not you hold the Pokeball on the catch screen, you see two circles on the black and one color somewhere between green and red. Now the red one is the one that's the hardest freaking one to get. The green and red circle will grow smaller as you hold the Pokeball, then expand back to the sides of the black circle before growing smaller and smaller. And there's a lot more other stuff you could get into here. Oh man. The curveball is like the easiest one to do. This is the trickiest one, but it's sort of impossible to test in any control way. I mostly use curveballs, so naturally at my excellent throws and curveballs. They just seem to be a bit better. My theory is that the ball is traveling in a shallower angle on the attack of its crosses the target plane, and so has more opportunity to strike right in place. But I don't know nearly as enough about the underlying math of the actual statement there, and I'll just say that they seem a lot easier. Yeah, so overall thoughts, views, and opinions. Got a credit card to David Thayer. I know really Reese Forbes that was going to talk about money and marketing, politics, which I don't really give a shit too much about politics. You can give a rat's ass about politics ever because it's a fucking illusion. But man, I've gotten a lot more excellent throws, and I'm actually hatching my eggs a lot faster after hitting level 40. That's the best benefit about hitting that level, and I haven't had it yet until like 4 days ago. I'm still getting used to it. Anyways, that's all I can say for now. I'm out of here. Links to the description box down below, cartoon on the side. I'm done here. And links to the video where I got the information about the Atari VCS 800. It's going to be $400, and that's it. Peace out once again, ladies and gentlemen, fanboys and fangirls. We're talking to the Kimojas out there. I'll see you next every night, wherever you're in the universe out there. Stay tuned for your content channel, including video gaming industry news, Twitter, Twitch, drama, beef news, internet news, and that's it. Take it easy. Peace out. My sauerkraut, ladies and goodbye. I'll see you people on the flip. I'm gone. I'm out.